Hello and welcome to Rolling with Two. I'm Will, and with me as always is the Space Cadet herself,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a two-player perspective and accessibility for Cosmos Empires. Now, if you're curious about our opinion, check out our other video, Rolling with Reviews, Cosmos Empires. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right. Cosmos Empires is a tableau building card game where players rush to have a target number of production to end the game. Each turn, the active player rolls the dice and all players gain production from their cards. Use your actions to either manipulate the roll, build a card, or cycle the pool of cards. Players need to find synergies among the cards to create the most powerful empire and rule the cosmos. All right, Will, so how does the game change for two players?
There is no changes. There's no bot.
Nope.
In fact, when you get to changes, it's only in the highest player counts of 7 and 8 players where the production target to end the game is lowered.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything is the same for...
I think they get more actions. I don't remember.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No. You just have less production to go for.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right. So issues at the two-player count, well, we couldn't find any. It plays really well. In fact, it's a fast game at 2 players. Although this is a good or bad thing depending on your perspective, it could be a bit more in your face because you only have one opponent. You can more easily track what they're doing, and so it's easier for you to either take a card they want or deny them, because there is card cycling, which I definitely appreciate, which is why this game works really well at 2 players. You have a lot of opportunities to get rid of cards. One, so that you can get cards you want, but also you can get rid of the card you're pretty sure your opponent wants.
Yeah, even if you can't afford it, I'll get rid of it from the row.
Right.
It gets refreshed, I get money, everybody's happy. Well, except my opponent.
Yeah, except your opponent who, well, dang it, wanted that card. So it works really well in that aspect. That's it for the 2-player experience, though.
All right.
Accessibility. So there are some challenges, and it does have to do with the text. This is something we see a lot from indie games, is they don't always do the best contrast between the text and the backgrounds. So the ability text is kind of small in the lower left corner, and they didn't put it in a box. So the background can sometimes make it really difficult because it's space and there might be shiny bits and stuff like that. So it can just be hard to read. And the same with the names of the cards. It's printed in a good size, but again, the backgrounds could just be a bit busy and make it difficult to read.
Right.
The rules also mention a starter card. However, there is only a starter token, which is tiny, barely readable. I mean, it's the same size as the money token.
Now, there is an extra card in there that's with a QR code, but it's not it's not the starter card. It's the token's the starter thing.
Yeah, so that was kind of a missed change, I guess, and not a good change.
I actually saw that also with their expansion, where they'll say one thing, like for example, we'll probably talk about more in the expansion, where they tell you how to play the game in the description, like on BGG, but when it gets to the rules, it doesn't match up.
Yeah.
So there are errors that pop up like that a
or
lot.
where they've probably made changes but didn't make changes everywhere.
Right.
Let's see.
So that's probably a case of that.
And speaking of, D8s are included in the box and never referenced in the rules.
Why?
Now, it's in the component list on the bottom of the box.
But why?
But why? You can use them for a variety of things, like tracking how much money you have to spend each round, or as a counter for cards that get better over time. So there are uses for them.
The funny thing is, what you really need to track is how much combined production all your cards make. And there's nothing that really lets you do that.
Right. That is true. That is a part of it that would definitely be beneficial to have, like a percentile dice included.
Yes.
The 1s and 5s are the same size. Again, that's more for those with severe vision issues. They can't differentiate.
Oh, I think one person used it as, okay, this was the production roll, everybody can put that, and then they can see on their D8 what that production roll was.
Oh, that's true. So that's how you could use the D8.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's not enough for 8 players.
No, there aren't, unless you get the expansion, because the expansion includes 4 more 8-sided dice. Yeah, it's a little befuddling why there's four eight-sided dice in there.
Right.
Lastly, speaking of dice, the four-siders are hard to roll. Four-siders are always hard to roll. So that's just something to just be aware of. They're hard to pick up. They're hard to roll.
Easy to step on.
Yeah, don't step on them. What the game does right accessibility-wise, though, it's all open information. So if there's something you can't read or don't understand, you can ask someone else at the table. It is very easy to learn, easy to teach, easy to play. So there's not a cognitive overload here at all.
Right.
And as much as the money tokens are the same size, they are distinctly labeled 1 and 5 and silver and gold colors. So most people aren't going to have a problem. It's just those with severe vision issues. Okay. Conclusion then.
For 2 players.
I say yes, it's very enjoyable at 2.
Yes, extremely enjoyable.
Yep.
And accessibility.
It's going to be mostly yes. Hopefully you can read the text, or hopefully over time, since there aren't that many different cards, what is there, 16?
Yeah, 16 unique types of cards.
And not all of them have an ability. So after a while, you could just learn by name what they do.
Yeah, so when Sarah tells me, oh, this is a T1, I already know that it costs, X, gives X production, goes in this slot, and okay, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Just let's move on.
So,
because it costs 1, gives 1 production, fits in the 7th slot.
There you go.
And it's a mechanized, because there's 3 types of things. There's mechanized, bio, and spirit.
Yeah.
So I already know all the information because there's only 16 unique things I need to even remember.
Right. So I think most people are going to be fine with accessibility on this game.
Right.
Okay.
All right, Sarah.
Yes.
And when it comes to an empire, do you feel you've built one properly?
It feels like a good start, I will have to say. You'll need to watch our review video to find out more.
I like the fact that it is a futuristic thing, and it doesn't require me to collect wood and stone and clay.
True, and
because I played futuristic games, it's like, why am I still collecting this stuff?
And we're not beating each other up.
Right, that's true.
So I do appreciate that we are just trying to develop our empire. Now, you can still be a little mean, but that's through card denial.
Right, right.
But you are not actually trying to destroy each other.
This is more of a Cosmo flex.
Yes.
Like, look how productive I am. And why would you ever roll with just 1 when you can be
rolling with 2?
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with 2, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.